Hello, hello. Hi, my name is Patrick, and welcome to my channel. This will actually be my first group tarot reading on the internet, so I'm really excited to have you join me. A couple things before we get started. I really apologize. I live on a busy street, so you might hear some background noise. I'll probably continue if it's not going to be disruptive to what we're doing. Otherwise, I'll pause and come right back. Second order of business, please like, subscribe if you like this content. This is something completely new for me. Obviously, I'm new to YouTube as well. Not new to tarot reading. I've been doing this for about 5 or 6 years, but I've only primarily read for myself. So please like and subscribe if you like this content. If you like this type of content, please comment if something resonates with you. I'd love to hear how these words are landing on people. Yeah, so this is a new moon reading. We're moving into a new moon. I've been wanting to do these energy sort of forecasts or forecasting what will potentially be coming up in the next couple weeks as we move into the full moon on the 31st. This new moon is in Libra. My sun is in Libra, my moon is in Libra, so I'm hoping that we get a clear channel of messages. And just want to know more about, as we move into the new moon, we start to think about what we want to release. And as we build up to the full moon, we start to think about what we want to manifest. So I just want to open up a clear channel for messages from God, from Source, from the universe to bless us with what we need to know moving forward over the next couple weeks. Loss, grief, sadness, resurrection. Okay, it's 20 energy, 2 plus the God number. Interesting. We have winter's end, regeneration, rebirth, positive outcome. Okay, and then we also have peace, dissolving unwanted or disruptive or disturbing thoughts. Dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. So this is interesting. We have loss and we have peace, and these unwanted and disturbing thoughts, they seem to, they probably have a lot to do with grief, sadness, resurrection, loss. A lot of times when we lose something, we lose our peace, right? Yeah, when we lose something, we lose our peace, and sometimes it sends us into a spiral. So in order to deal with that, I see this positive outcome, this rebirth, this winter's end, this regeneration energy. Obviously, we're not at the end of winter. Maybe this is something that'll be that will start to transpire over this period, right? So maybe we'll begin to get over loss as we move into winter, and winter's end is when we'll deal with this. I don't know, but it's very interesting to see that come up, this loss card. And loss is kind of the underlying tone of the reading and what we need to know about what's coming over the next couple weeks. So it can be kind of scary to deal with this grief and this sadness, but a lot of times, I find that it provides me with higher levels of peace, higher levels of comfort, higher levels of satisfaction. When you deal with loss, when you actually 100% deal with loss, it puts you into a place of peace, because you're no longer dealing with the battle of the mind or the monkey mind or all of the racing thoughts. Okay, underneath the deck we have the King of Pinnacles. Okay, so we're getting Empress energy coming in, this situation being the Ace of Pentacles. So again, this is this has to do with money. Maybe it has to do with success, whatever your idea of success is, be that a job or something like that. But it has to do with some sort of creative endeavor. Four of Cups. Okay. We have the Two of Swords coming in from the universe, universal energy, and the Page of Cups underneath the surface. Near future, Ten of Swords, loss. Recent past, Seven of Cups, illusion, decisions, possibilities. The Hermit is showing up for us as you in this situation. Eight of Cups, okay, showing up in the near future. Okay, so walking away from something. Six of Wands, victory, showing up in hopes and dreams. And then we have our outcome as the Six of Pinnacles. Okay, excellent. Okay, so the overlying energy of this this situation, this new moon in Libra as it relates to you, has to do with harnessing creativity. I feel like there's a lot of newness coming in. There's a lot of potential, right? The potential for success, money, potential for new ventures, new jobs, new station, right? New physical life things that are coming in. And then underneath that all is, maybe even a sense of boredom, a sense of not understanding everything that's in front of you. And this may be sort of turning away from that creativity. I feel like a lot of times when we have a lot of options, we don't necessarily see the creativity in those options. All we see is, somebody says, here's a new job, right? And then immediately we think of, okay, this new job is going to mean that I'm going to be working 9 to 5. It means I'm going to be commuting. It means this, it means that. And I haven't even talked to this person yet. I don't know what this job is, especially in 2020, right? Is this a remote opportunity? Are you going to be working from home? Or are you going to be going into the office? Are you going to have new responsibilities that are sort of unique to this time period? Are you going to get to create a position for yourself? So I would just look at that and think about that as these new things are coming in for you. How do you feel about your ability to be creative within these new structures that are appearing for you? Okay, what we're conscious of, or like what the universe is bringing us, is this stalemate. There's a decision that you are conscious of having to make, and there's a decision that the universe is pulling in front of you. I think it has to do with this sort of not necessarily understanding the gifts that are coming in right now. Underlying, we have Knight of Pentacles. There's a perseverance. The work is being done, and you're willing to do the work, but it's coming up to a decision. Underneath, what's not really being said is there's this Page of Cups energy. So there's this new offering of love, but it's very immature. So maybe you're playing with a bunch of different ideas and things that you're trying out for your career or trying to bring into manifestation. It's a very new energy, but you're bringing those things in. And you're not necessarily looking at all the things. This is a very dreamy card, the Page of Cups, that I'm dreaming about and I'm fantasizing and I'm thinking about things, and that's kind of the underlying energy. And maybe that's the reasoning behind not really looking at the decisions that the universe is putting in front of you. You're sort of blinding yourself to that and dreaming instead of reeling in on what's actually coming up. So I would really think about what has already been presented to you, or what you're already working on that can turn into some sort of reality on this stage. Near future, we have the Ten of Swords, so we have some sort of loss. again, I would look at this. You have a decision, and I feel like that decision ends something. There is an ending coming. You know, maybe you're looking at, there's all of these options, there's certain things, maybe you're following certain lines that have to do with your past that you haven't necessarily resolved, but you want to think about those things. You want to think about what sort of endings you're creating by making decisions. Recently, you had to deal with a lot of opportunities. You had to deal with lots of things, and maybe that's kind of still what you're going through. Maybe there aren't 7 things that are going on for you now. Maybe there are only 2. You know, maybe you've made a bunch of decisions, and now you're tired of having to continue to make decisions. But moving forward, you're going to have to end things. I think that's the energy when we talk about the loss that showed up in the oracle cards, the grief, the sadness, the resurrection. A lot of times we hold on to things because we don't want to be the person that end it. We don't want to be the person to let go of the thing. We don't want to be the person to cause grief and loss. And a lot of times, even when you end something, a lot of times it can be very even like super toxic for you and super just not the right energy. But ending it still results in loss. And you still have to regenerate from that loss. And you still have to find peace, you know? When you have to turn somebody down, right? When you have to say no to somebody, or at least in me, in my brain, I do start to take on their thoughts. I start to take on the other brain, where I'm like, seeing it from the other person's point of view, as if they're looking at me and telling me everything that they would say to me if they had the opportunity. So we have to have peace. We have to come at peace with that. And I think over this new moon cycle, as we build towards manifesting what we want for the rest of the year, we're going to have to learn how to end things. And that goes straight into your energy, who you are now, how the world sees you, the situation, right? The situation is all these things are coming in on the physical plane for you, and you are having to step into this energy of solitude and of understanding for yourself, of taking the time to analyze all of the things in front of you and make a decision. So I talked about maybe we're blinding ourselves to the situation. That's definitely a possibility. We're up in the clouds, right? We're Page of Cups, we're up in the clouds, we're dreaming, right? But I think another part of this is analysis. So there's the dream, and there's also the analysis. So as you think about that, start to wonder how you can bring that energy more into you. Let's see, we have the 8 of Cups, so walking away from a situation. This shows up in the near future. And again, this goes with this loss. You're deciding what to walk away from at this moment. And over the next 2 weeks, near future, probably way sooner than that, you're going to figure out what the thing is that you needed to end, what you needed to say no to, and what you needed to walk away from. Okay? Hopes and fears, we have the 6 of Wands. So success, a lot of times hopes and fears to me can mean like, what do I desire, right? What do I desire? A lot of times when we desire something, I think it comes from this primal energy of being a kid and being told no. You desire something, you almost don't want to say it out loud because you don't want to ruin it. And it makes a whole lot of sense. But as we move into, actually you have the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Pinnacles back to back. So that's 6 energy, the double completion, right? That's 2 trinities together. That's, victory after strife. So hopes and fears, you have the success that you want to come in, but you're also afraid of success. These new things are coming in. What if I pick the wrong one? You can't pick the wrong one. That's not how time works, right? That's not how this timeline works. And in the outcome, we have the 6 of Pentacles. This is about giving. This is about the balance of earth energy. This is about giving and receiving, and where you fall in that. So from the way that things look in terms of, and this, the energy could be reversed, so take this with a grain of salt. It looks like you are learning how to end things a little bit more strategically and a little bit, and with more compassion, right? With more peace, with more of an opportunity for regeneration, for rebirth, for positive outcomes. And in doing that, you're learning your place sort of in this world, where you give and where you take, and what that means for you. Looking beyond the Six of Pinnacles, we have the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, right? So this is about what you believe, this is about what you love, and this is about success. I feel like this reading has a lot to do with determining what you love, this has so much to do with creativity and being in your power. This has so much to do with the sheer amount of gifts that are coming in, the sheer amount of opportunities that you have. This has a lot to do with deciding. Sometimes when we have all the options in the world, we don't know which one to choose. Sometimes we may have all the options in the world and we don't recognize it. Sometimes we only see the one thing in front of us, but it's okay. You can choose a thing. The universe wants you to choose. The universe doesn't want you to put the veil over your eyes. It wants you to lift the veil and it wants you to choose something. There's always course correction. There's always course correction. Like the universe doesn't move linearly, right? We meet people, we meet soulmates that come and go. We meet twin flames. There are people that would be friends that, you just meet on a day where you're just in a terrible mood and you're never going to be that person's friend, right? It's all about timing. So the timing of this says, it's not the fastest moving energy. I think it'll move faster the more able you are to end things. But see what's in front of you. Rather you see one thing or you see a million. Just make a decision. Just make a decision. Get your head out of the clouds. And really analyze. Get your head out of the cloud doesn't mean make a decision today. It means pull yourself back into your left brain. Sometimes, we want to go in right brain direction, left, and we get super analytical and back. And what I'm seeing underneath the surface is that there is a balancing of that. I'm not ready to talk about it. I'm not really ready to pick. I'm not ready to end this thing, but I am ready to not only think about what's next for me, but analyze it and really start to do the work of feeling what that'll be in your life. There's great energy here for you over the next couple weeks. Again, this is about learning about loss, learning how to accept loss with peace and grace in order to transform that energy and bring forth energy of potentiality. Endings and beginnings are always coupled. So if you want a new beginning, you have to learn how to end things. That's all I got for today, guys. If If you have any questions at all, go ahead and hit the comments below. You can follow me on Instagram, Patrick E. Porcher. If you want a reading, also please let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. I'm happy to do that for you while I have time. Thank you so much for joining this new moon in Libra reading. I'll see you next time.